Hello viewers, welcome back to the course on scientific computing using MATLAB. So today we will try to make some MATLAB code based on the power method and shifted power method to find out the eigenvalues of the given matrix. So in the previous lecture we have discussed the Greshigorian theorem and the bounds for the eigenvalues. So in the previous lecture we have discussed that so now use based on this one we will try to find the, so let us do one more example based on this one, that estimate eigenvalues of the matrix 1 2 minus 1 and 1 1 1 and this is 1 3 minus 1. So in this case we have taken this matrix. Now from here I want to find all the estimates of the eigenvalues of the matrix. So I can do this one using Greshigorian theorem. So that is my solution. Now if I take lambda less than infinity and lambda norm 1. So from here I can write my lambda will be less than equal to infinity means the row sum, maximum row sum. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 and this is 3 and this is 5. So from here it is coming 5 and this is my column sum, maximum column sum, it is 3 6 3, it will be 6. So this is my first bounds on the eigenvalues. So it is case 1. Now if I take case 2, so that is it will be lambda minus 1 less than equal to the sum of the remaining elements. So 2 plus 1 3, lambda minus 1 that is equal to 2 and lambda plus 1 that is equal to 4. So that is the bounds on the eigenvalues. So this is coming from the Greshigorian theorem, this is also coming from the Greshigorian theorem and this is also we have seen that this is equal to the norm of the matrix, and this is the case number 3. I am taking the column sum. So from here I can write that my lambda minus 1 is 2, the first column, lambda minus 1 the second column it is 5 and lambda plus 1 is equal to 2 from the last column. So this is my third bounds. Now from here, so from 1 2 and 3 we can take intersection of all the bounds of all the given bounds, and that will be applies the bounds on the eigenvalues of the matrix A. So based on this one we are able to find the bounds on the eigenvalues of the matrix A. So if I take the intersection of A, so from here we will get that our lambda belongs to minus 4 and 4. So that is my intersection of the given all these bounds, because first will give me lambda from minus 5 to 5, it is minus 6 to 6. So from here I will get all the bounds on this one, and based on this one I will take the intersection of the left and the right. So that gives me this. So that is the bounds of the eigenvalue. So all eigenvalue of this matrix lies from minus 4 to 4. and we will verify this one with the codes of the power method or other methods. So, now we will move to, so we will go for the MATLAB codes now of power method and shifted power method, shifted inverse power method. So, let us go to the MATLAB. Yeah, so let us start with the MATLAB code. So, if you see this is the MATLAB code I have made, then this is, I call it the power 1. So, this is the name of the function. So, it is the power 1, and if I see the arguments of this one. So, A matrix I will pass to this, x naught is the initial solution or initial eigenvectors I have to pass, and this is the tolerance I have to pass. And from this subroutine, from this function, I will get the value of lambda. So, that is the eigenvalue, the dominant eigenvalue, and V is the corresponding dominant eigenvector. So, what I will do that, so let us do this one. So, I have written here that what is the meaning of these input values and what is the output value. Now, let us take lambda is equal to 0 here, and then I will start with the iteration. So, that is the, I am starting with 0, and the error 1 I have taken just to start the process. Now, I will display the initial guess is this x old is equal to s naught, and if you will see that x naught I am passing to this function. So, this will be saved in the x old, and here I am finding the n is equal to length of x naught. So, this one I can maybe I can write the top. So, that will give me the what is the dimension of the length of this vector. So, that is n, because this is the n cross n matrix. So, that n, this A will be n cross n. Now, if I go to the while loop, so it will give me while error is greater than tolerance. So, I showed you that what is the tolerance I will pass from here, and the iteration less than 100. I do not want to do the iteration more than 100 in this case. So, I will go if these both are true, then it will go inside, and I will find A into x old. So, A into x old, I will get y. So, that is the y naught I will get. So, I call it y, and now what I do that I want to normalize the vector y. So, from here I can what I do, I have to take the absolute of y, and then I have to take the maximum value, because I have to choose the maximum value in magnitude. So, that is why first I applied the ABS, that is the absolute value of y, and then I am taking the maximum and call it C. Now, what I do is that I find the difference between the lambda, that the eigen value I am going to find, minus the C. So, lambda I have already started from here. So, I am finding the lambda and whatever the C I am getting, and I am finding the difference, absolute difference between these two. So, that I call it dE, the difference in eigenvalue. Now, what I do, I normalize this vector. So, y will be equal to y over C. So, I will take the C common from this y. So, this is y by C. So, now my y is normalized, and in the lecture we have showed this one with the x1. So, this x1 is basically y over C1. So, this is my C1. Now, from here I will take the norm of x old. So, whatever the eigenvector we are getting from the previous iteration, and this is the eigenvector we are getting from this iteration, I will find the norm L2 norm from there. So, that we will call it dV. Now, I showed you that I will find the maximum of these two errors. So, dE and dV, and that is my error. So, I want that this error should be always, whenever it is greater than tolerance, this program will continue, otherwise it will stop and it will give me the results. So, from here, so after doing this one, I will give the y to x old, lambda will be C, iteration is incremented by 1. Now, in the same as in the previous, I will show that how this happens, how the accuracy or happens when we move with the iterations, or in this case if I have taken for only two matrices for n is equal to 3 and n is equal to 4. So, when n is equal to 3, I am printing on the screen add the iterations, what is the iteration number, x component, y component, z component, and this is the lambda, I am that the eigenvalue, and this is the error. So, I am writing this one in this order, and similarly for n is equal to 4, I am finding this order. So, both the orders we are giving for n is equal to 3 and 4. So, once it is keep doing here, then what I will do after once my error becomes less than tolerance, or in other case our iteration becomes more than 100. So, this will be false. So, I will not move into the while loop, and that will be the result, final result v is equal to x solved. So, x solved will move to the v, this will go as a output, and lambda, whatever the lambda I am getting, that will be our output. So, in this case I will input a x naught tolerance and I will get lambda and v. So, this is we save as a the name power 1, because I cannot use the power, because if you see in the MATLAB there is a inbuilt function that is power. So, we cannot give the same name as the inbuilt function. So, I have given this power 1, you can write it power method m power 2 or whatever you want to give. Okay. So, now I want to run this code. So, for this one, so input file I will to make. So, I have written the input file here. So, let us make it this comment and make this uncommented. So, let us do this one. Now, this is the input file. So, I will use this file name as eigenvalue.m. Now, this is clear all CLC. Now, I define the matrix, whatever the matrix we have done in the lectures, that is 0, 11, minus 5, minus 2, 17, minus 7, minus 4, 26, minus 10. So, that the same eigenvalues we have taken. Now, what I do? I will apply this matrix. This is my initial approximation. So, I am finding the initial approximation of the eigenvectors. I start with 1 1 1. So, in this case you can see that the largest value is 1. So, it is a normalized form, no problem. The tolerance I am giving you 10 raised to power minus 5. So, that is my tolerance, half into 10 raised to power minus 5. So, this is my tolerance. Now, I will call the method power 1 by applying this, and then I will show the display the dominant eigenvalue of the matrix and the corresponding eigenvector. So, let us run this one. So, this is the solution I am getting. So, I started with the initial guess 1 1. Now, at the iteration 1, my x component was 0.5, 0.6, 0.1 or 1, and the lambda was 12, that we have already done in the with the pen and paper. So, the error was 12. So, next iteration it was goes to 0.4, 0.6 and 1, and I will take the lambda outside. So, another lambda is coming 5.33. So, this is we also have taken in the previous lecture. So, from here my error goes this, and after that if we keep running this code, then after 16 iteration you will see that my x component is 0.4, my y component is 0.6, z component is 1, and the lambda is 4.0049, and this error is giving me this value. So, you can see that even after, you can see from here, after 10th iteration you are going convergent to your eigenvalue, and that is going to be 4, and that is the corresponding eigenvector. So, in this case we will get the eigenvalue, that is lambda. So, that is 4, and this is the corresponding eigenvector, that is 0.4, 0.6 and 1. So, this is my now dominant eigenvalues. Now, I want to see that what is the eigenvalue of the given matrix. So, this eigenvalue I want to find. So, from here you can see that I have the eigenvalue 1, 2 and 4. So, from the power method I am able to find the eigenvalue, that is 4. So, in this case we are able to do this one. Now, what I want to do now, I am able to find the dominant eigenvalue. So, what I want to do now, I want to take the inverse of the matrix. So, let us take inverse of the matrix B. So, inverse of matrix A, that we call it B. Now, what will be the eigenvalue of B? So, eigenvalue of B will be, just let us check this one. So, B is this one, my B is this one. So, that is my inverse of A, and this one I can check from by multiplying A and B. So, this is giving me the identity matrix. Now, if I want to find what is the eigenvalue of B, so that is, you can see 1. So, earlier eigenvalues were 1, 2 and 4. So, its value is 1, 1 by 2, that is 0.5, and 1 by 4 is 0.25. So, now if I want to find, if I apply the power method to this matrix B, then I should get the value 1. So, let us check that whether we are getting the value 1 or not in this case. So, let us take this one. Now, what I do is, I will just ignore this one. And I will try to apply this one. Now, I will call again, but now I want to find the eigenvalue of B. So, let us try to find out. So, after doing this one, now from here you can see that initial guess I have taken the same one. So, for B I am getting the value, so that is 0.5 I am getting. Instead of getting the value 1, I am getting 0.5, and the corresponding eigenvector we are getting is this one. So, now in this case what is happening, that it is taking a dominant eigenvalue is 0.5, not 1 instead of. But why this is happening? So, this is happening because the difference between the eigenvalue is very small here. You can see that the difference is 0.5, 1 to 0.5, and it is 0.25. So, in this case the error may happen that it started with the given matrix. So, if I take the matrix B, so this is my matrix. So, I am in this case I am getting the eigenvalue close to 0.5. So, this is a wrong thing we are getting from this method in the case of inverse. So, let us try to resolve this one using the help of shifted inverse power method. So, let us see what will happen in that case, the shifted inverse power method. So, let us now I want to also discuss, let us do the same thing for the another equation, another matrix. So, I want to define this for the another matrix. So, let us take the another matrix now. I am taking the same matrix which I have discussed in the example, as example in the lecture. So, let us take A is equal to 1, 2, minus 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, minus 1. So, that is the matrix we are getting 1, 2, minus 1, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 3, minus 1. So, let us run this one, keeping the same everything other than that. So, let us see that what is. So, in this case initial guess is 1, and after doing this one, you can see from here that the eigenvalue in this case is 2.6180. So, this is the eigenvalue we are getting, and this is the corresponding eigenvector 1, 0, this one. So, and I want to find the eigenvalue of A. So, that is 0.3, 2.6 minus 2. So, we are getting the largest one, that is this one. Okay. Where is V1? Oh, just check. Wait, yeah, now it will come. So, let us check. Yeah. So, initial guess is this, the given matrix is this, and I am getting 2.66. So, that was my corresponding eigenvector. Now, if I want to find the inverse of the given matrix, so finding the inverse, I am again getting the value 2.6180, and this is my corresponding eigenvector. If I want to see eigenvalues of A, so this is corresponding 2.6, and then if I want to find what is my B, B is this one, and eigenvalue of capital B is this one. So, you can see from here that the eigenvalue of B is same, the largest is same. So, it is 2.61, it is 2.61, 0.3820, 3820, and the last two eigenvalues are the same, but the last one is in this case is 2, and in this case is 0.5, 1 by 2, so 0.5. So, in this case it is giving me the exact value, this is the value eigenvalue we are getting maximum. So, that is 2.6 in A also and 2.6 in B also. So, it is giving me a good result. So, from here you can see that why it is giving good result. In this case maybe it may happen that the difference between the eigenvalue is quite large. So, it is easily to determine that which is the dominant eigenvalue. So, here in this case we are getting the dominant eigenvalue for A and A inverse. But the problem is coming in this case is that it is okay with the A matrix. So, the A matrix, if you see, the dominant eigenvalue is this, and I am getting, and the B, the dominant eigenvalue is again 2.6180, and we are getting. So, that means if I take the least eigenvalue, so least eigenvalue is this one 0.3820. So, from here you will see that if I do 1 by 0.3820, so it is 2.6178. So, from here you can see that it is 2.6180 and this is 216.6178. So, I am getting the value here, it is 2.6180. So, that is why in this case whatever the least eigenvalue was there for matrix A, that become the dominant eigenvalue for A inverse, and we are able to find that value also. So, from here you can say that if I take 1 over 2.6178, so it should be this one 0.328. So, in this case we are giving a good result for the matrix A and A inverse. So, from the help of power method we are able to find the eigenvalues, that is 0.3820 and 2.6180. So, these two eigenvalue we are able to find. The third eigenvalue is lying between. So, this eigenvalue we are unable to find using the power method. So, let us try to find this one using the shifted inverse power method. So, that is the code I have made for using the. So, this is the code for S in power. So, that is the shifted inverse power, and in this case also I am giving the input A, x naught and alpha. So, this alpha we have to give, that is the shift in A, and that is the given tolerance. So, all other things are same in this case. I will get the output as a lambda and V. So, let us start with this one, n is equal to length. Now, I define the matrix A again as A minus alpha I. So, I we can write in this case as E y E n. So, let us write this math CLC clear all. Now, if I write I 3, so I will get identity matrix 3 by 3 identity matrix. So, this is what we have written there. So, we will get A minus alpha I. So, that is my matrix and I call it again the A, and lambda started with the 0 iteration 0 error 1 display and then x 1. So, this is the same as a different one. Then we go inside while the error is greater than tolerance and the iteration less than 100. So, now what we are doing this, we are finding the solution using this. So, A backslash x old. So, what is the meaning of this A backslash x old? So, whenever we write A backslash, it means this is equal to inverse of A into x old, because I wanted to find the inverse of this A minus alpha I into x naught. So, this I have taken as this all values we have taken as a. Now, I am putting the A backslash x old, that is same as inverse of A into x old. So, from here I am finding the value y naught. Now, everything is same. I will normalize the y with the finding the value c, then I am finding the difference of this c, and this is y is equal to y by c. So, here I am dividing by c. So, I am normalized, then I am finding the error in the eigenvector. So, then I find the maximum error in both the cases. So, y x old will be y, lambda will be c, and this iteration will be increased, and the same thing we are doing. So, after the while loop is over, then I will apply the lambda, and you know that the lambda was equal to alpha plus 1 by c. So, that we have already seen from the previous lecture that my lambdas is equal to 1 over c plus alpha, because c will goes to the lambda here. So, c and lambda is same. So, I can write as a lambda, updated value of lambda, that is alpha plus 1 by c. So, that is the value we are getting, and then my x old will go to v, and this will be giving you output. So, now I am able to find this value. Only thing is that I have to choose what is my alpha. So, let us run this code. So, let us start this one. Now, I know that I will take the first this matrix. So, this matrix, if you remember, then I was able to get the maximum value 2.6 and the minimum value 0.3, only in between there was a minus 2.0 value. So, that I want to find. So, I want to find that one using the shifted. So, this is the value I am getting, and this is the eigenvalue I am getting, matrix A, and all this I will comment. Now, I have this matrix, x naught is there, tolerance is this, alpha now I want to find close to 2. So, in this case I can take this as a 1.8. So, let us see what will happen, and with the negative sign minus 1.8. So, let us see what will happen in this case. Undefined function variable b. So, I have to, where is b? Oh, this is a b, not b, I will get this a. Not b, I will, now let us see. See from here. I started with 1 1, and then after 100 iteration we are able to get our lambda is equal to minus 1.6, and this is the corresponding eigenvalue. and I want to find the eigenvalue of A. So, that is this value 0.3820, 2.6, and so from here because I have stopped here after 100 iteration. So, let us try to increase the number of iterations in this case. So, let us make it maybe 200. Let us see. So, after 200 iteration also I am getting this. So, I have to go much closer, it means that I have to go much closer to this one. Maybe I will find 1.92. Let us take this one. Try to run this one. So, in this case it is not giving the convergence after even 200 iteration. So, maybe it will happen that it will give me the solution after more than 200 iteration. So, let us change the matrix, maybe we can take another matrix and let us try to find this. So, I will take the matrix this one, and I know that in this case the eigenvalue was 1, 2 and 4. So, I am able to find the value 4. So, let us see what will happen in this case if I want to find the eigenvalue close to 0.8. So, let us see. Now, you can see from here that in this case after the 9 iteration I am getting the value 1.99. So, 2. So, in this case I am getting the eigenvalue close to 2. So, we have a 1, 2 and 4. So, 4 was I able to find eigenvalue of, so that is 1, 2 and 4. Now, with the help of this one I am able to get the value that is close to 2. So, I have taken the alpha is equal to 0.8. Let us see what will happen if I take close to 1.8. So, in this case also I am getting the value 2 even after the 6th iteration, and that is the corresponding eigenvector. This one I can find as so, from here you can see that this is the corresponding, okay, I have written the, maybe I shouldn't take this value and I should make it E and this is V, and let us see then. Yeah. So, this is the corresponding eigenvectors and this is the corresponding eigenvalue. So, eigenvalue is 1, 2, 4. So, corresponding to 1 the eigenvector this in, corresponding to 2 the eigenvalue this. So, if we take the inbuilt function, use the inbuilt function, this is my eigenvector and we are using the shifted inverse power method, then this is the eigenvector we are getting corresponding to. So, it is minus 0.21, it is minus 2.5, it is minus 0.43, it is 0.5 and this is minus 0.87, this is minus 1. So, this is just we are giving the overview that how we can find the eigenvalues and the eigenvector using the shifted inverse power method. Now, so with the help of this one I may change the tolerance also. So, in this case we am giving the value of alpha A x naught alpha and tolerance, and I am able to find the values. So, let us see what will happen if I want to take close to maybe 3.8, let us see. Now I am getting the value close to 4, and that is, so this is the dominant eigenvalue we are able to find. Now I want to change it little bit, and let us take it to 1.2. Let us see what will happen. Now I am getting 2 eigenvalue. Now if I choose alpha is equal to 0, so if I take alpha is equal to 0, then it is just a power method. So from here you can see that it is the inverse power method, and the solution is coming 2, because so from here I am able to find the value, that is this 2. So with the help of this we are able to find the eigenvalues corresponding to whatever the alpha value we are taking. So now I hope that we should stop here with this code. So today we have started with the example based on the Cauchy-Gorian theorem, and then we have discussed the MATLAB codes for power method and the shifted inverse power method. So I hope that you have learned that how to make the code for power and the shifted power methods. So thanks for watching. Thanks very much.